first order and get this special offer by using discount code Sacramento.
You're standing at a lectern about to accept the Nobel Prize in Physics. The year is 1903. Until now, every Nobel laureate has been a man. Until you. Your name is Marie Curie, and what you do next is earn another Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry. No one has ever held 2 Nobel Prizes until you. You don't have to be as brilliant as Marie Curie to be a great scientist, and you don't have to be a world-renowned specialist to install a whole home generator. Any qualified electrician can manage with the average home. But what if your home isn't average? What if something about your electrical usage is outside the norm? Then you need a maverick. Someone who doesn't just do generator installs, someone who teaches generator installs. That's who we are. Maverick Electric Heating and Air. And you, Madame Curie, are one of us. Visit callamaverick.com. Boost Infinite's new wireless technology switches between networks, giving you the best service at a lower price. Switch today. Call 855-55-BOOST. Visit boostinfinite.com or go to amazon.com and search for Boost iPhone 15.
It's the 17th annual Sister Season Community Food Drive. Stop by your local Tri-County bank branch. Those are non-perishable foods. All donations help to Salvation Army local families in need. Visit TriCountyBank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. KFBK Sacramento. KFBK FM. All the time.
For local news, breaking news, traffic, and weather, KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
From ABC News. Daria Aldinger, a 4-day ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war is expected to be announced soon. Qatar and the U.S. brokered the agreement, which will allow for the release of about 50 hostages now held by Hamas. ABC's Andy Field says it includes some Americans.
Biden administration official says the 3-year-old Abigail Morgadon will be one of the 3 Americans they expect Hamas to free. Their child orphaned by the October 7th Hamas terror attack on Israel. It's not clear how many of the estimated 10 Americans held are still alive. President Biden acknowledged he was personally involved with the deal-making to get those hostages released.
Part of the deal, Israel will release 150 Palestinian prisoners. The FCC wants to eliminate the early cancellation fees that are charged by cable and satellite TV providers as more Americans cut the cord. Investigators from the FAA and the NTSB are headed to the scene of a small plane crash. Plano, Texas, the single-engine craft slammed into a shopping center parking lot.
There was one fatality from the crash. The pilot of the plane did die in the crash.
Fire rescue spokesman Daniel Daly. A major rainstorm is slowing holiday traffic in some parts of the country.
Crash is bringing traffic to a standstill on I-75 in East Tennessee. 5 reported tornadoes ripping through the south. Parts of Mississippi and Louisiana inundated with torrential rain, hail, and high winds. That weather system now threatening major airports from Atlanta and Charlotte up to New York City and Boston.
ABC's Trevor Alt. There was a memorial service tonight in Waukesha, Wisconsin for 6 people who were killed by an SUV driver who drove into the city's Christmas parade 2 years ago. The driver, Darrell Brooks Jr., was sentenced last year. You're listening to ABC News.
California's capital city, now trending on KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
From the KFBK Newsroom, I'm Joe Michaels. The California Public Utilities Commission has voted to update solar power incentives for businesses, apartment buildings, and schools. But as KFBK's Matt Bassini tells us, critics are saying the changes actually amount to disincentives.
Anthony Wexler with the Air Quality Resource Center at UC Davis says with the new rules, you won't get as much of the rebate as you used to. Also built into the new rules is a mandate that raises what the installers' wages are, therefore increasing the cost of the panels. The Commission reduced homeowner incentives last December for solar. Commissioner said the changes are need to reverse what they call unfair subsidies. Matt Bassini, KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
New details this evening about Sparks, a company that's planning to manufacture batteries for electric vehicles that's in talks about opening a battery plant at the former corporate headquarters of rocket manufacturer Aerojet Rocketdyne in Rancho Cordova. The Bee reporting that the California Energy Commission is examining whether Sparks could transfer 2 grants it gave the company, one for $2.6 million in 2021, another for $12.3 million. forecast for sparks. The National Park Service is working on replanting 6 groves of giant sequoias that burned in wildfires in California's southern Sierra Nevada. But as KFBK's Nika Magajas tells us, not everyone is on board.
California environmentalists are against the replanting of thousands of sequoia seedlings in Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks and are filing a lawsuit to stop the work. The groups argue the project takes place in designated wilderness areas where human intervention is banned. They add replanting isn't necessary because the groves can regenerate on their own. Park officials say it's needed because the trees are threatened by climate change. Nika Magajas, KFBK, Sacramento News Radio.
And it may still be 2 days to Thanksgiving, but if you're looking for the perfect Christmas tree to decorate with lights and ornaments, you might find it in the foothills. Starting Thanksgiving weekend, several farms affiliated with the Apple Hill Growers Association will open their doors for holiday tree sales. You can check the list of farms in El Dorado County set to sell trees at applehill.com. Be sure to check hours and availability before you go. Our next update in 30 minutes. I'm Joe Michaels, KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
Now, Sacramento traffic. Good evening, 8:05. I'm Bob Williams at a traffic hazard working through the Midtown area right now, westbound 50 just before the 10th Street off-ramp. Looks like a disabled vehicle in the center divide out of gas. Oh, that's a bad spot. Construction zone 2. Hazard with a defective traffic signal being reported in Nevada County State Route 20 at Rough and Ready Highway. Working tonight on the 50 and 80 corridors. Both will have work, and we're just starting to see some work popping up now on the 50 screen, and that's reduced lanes from 65th Street to Stockton Boulevard, and from Stockton Boulevard to the Cap City 99 connector. On the westbound side, it continues from the connector to the Yolo County line, while eastbound, we've reduced lanes from the Yolo County line to the Cap City 99 connector, and from the connector to Mayhew Road overnight. Right now, some slowing on westbound 50, approaching that first lane closure at 65th Street. Traffic slow back to about Howe Avenue. Also work out on the 80 corridor tonight, popping up so far. We've got eastbound 50, actually not 80, it's near 80. Eastbound 50 reduced lanes from I-80 to Jefferson, 1 of 3 lanes closed for construction until 4 a.m. Traffic on the 10s every 10 minutes mornings and afternoons from the KFBK Traffic Center. Bob Williams, KFBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
Now, Sacramento weather.
Early this morning with patchy clouds, chilly, low 35 to 39. Partly sunny later today, high 66 to 70. Rather cloudy tonight, low 40 to 44, and tomorrow turns out sunny, high 71 to 75. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Garb Bavinsky on KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
Next update in less than 30 minutes. Breaking news the second it happens on KFBK News Radio. Sacramento's news, traffic, and weather station.
Homeowner Charles for Hall's Window Center.
People would come up and knock and say, where did you get this for? And we tell them, Halls.
Upgrade your windows and doors with help from Halls. With 18 months of 0% financing, you can buy now and pay later.
The results that we received from Halls has been fantastic, and we're very happy.
Schedule your appointment at hallswindowcenter.com today. This portion of the Pat Walsh Show is brought to you by Roseville Numismatics and Coin Shop.
Parking.
I don't know why today it feels so Friday-esque, but it is only a Tuesday. We do have a short work week, so this is kind of like a Thursday, really, because tomorrow will be like Friday as we get into the Thanksgiving holiday. BC in for Pat on the Pat Walsh Show at KFBK News Radio. Thankful that you are listening on this Thanksgiving week, and thankful that Vince is so darn patient. You've been hanging tight for us, Vince. I appreciate you
Hang in tight. Appreciate your patience. Very thankful for that. And welcome to the Pat Walsh Show, buddy.
Thanks, glad to be here. I'm a new listener, first-time caller.
Oh, wow.
It was when Pat was down with the COVID last month that I started listening, and it's because of the traffic reports that are helpful on my courier route that I run in Sacramento.
Okay,
I'm
good.
in Sacramento right now.
Good.
Anyway, I was asked if I had a joke, and I said, no, I can't think of one that's good report, but I did think of one.
Yeah.
I did think of one.
Okay.
How many pop divas does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't
Oh,
know.
boy.
How many
This is
pop
getting
divas
really
does
dumb,
it take to
but
change a light
interesting.
bulb?
Just one with the entire world to rotate and revolve around her.
I got it. Yeah, you were losing me for a minute, but then you were losing all of us for a minute. Let's face it, Vince. But hey, you pulled it around. Yeah, when she holds the light bulb and the other six rotate the entire world around her.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There you go.
And then I wanted to address your comments about that so-and-so is like liquid.
Okay.
Let me say, first of all, that contrary to what you said, where nobody has an in-between opinion of either of those, they're both, I can take them or leave them.
Oh, really? You might be the only one, Vince. Everybody else is just so far for or far against. It's like politics, almost, those two food items.
Well, can I ask you, do you remember, when red vines, as we now call it, where it used to be called red licorice?
Okay, see, and if you speak to any of my friends, you'll know how big of a stance I take. What a line I draw in the sand on that. That is not licorice. If it's red, it's not licorice. Only the black is licorice.
Oh, right, exactly. That's my same gripe.